How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, guys? Welcome to episode 104 of the Exec Talk podcast. I'm your host, El Velez. We're here. We're here. This is a quick episode because in football, we're basically in the off season, what is known as the true off season after the draft combine, before rookie mini camps really starts kicking up and optional OTAs, and so later in May is when we get into like close to training camp and stuff like that. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of basketball. We're gonna talk about baseball. I'm gonna start with F1. It's here in Miami. Listen, you don't understand how much as a Formula One fan we want the dominance to stop. Okay, it's been too much. It just constant, it's just like constant disappointment from everybody else. Like this man, Verstappen, is in the same car and he's whooping his teammate by like 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 12 seconds, getting 6/10 a lap. I don't know what's happening with that car. But Formula One, I'm speaking to all of you, all the rest of the 9 teams facing this behemoth. Not how do I say this? Not AlphaTauri, not RB, how they're known this year, because it's the same team. So they really have 4 cars. But everybody else, the other 8 teams, Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Alpine, you suck. Williams, you suck. Haas, you suck. Stake, you suck. All the ones that suck that I just named right there, throw them out the window. Okay? There's no way they can get even close. But McLaren, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Ferrari, for the love of God, please, I'm begging you here, stop the dominance. Do something to your car. Engineer better than Adrian Newey. Think outside the box. Please. Because if not, we're just going to see another domination in Miami. I mean, there's very little places to pass here. It's a very tight racetrack. There's like one straightaway, a lot of slow corners, which is not in favor of the Mercedes car. So I'm not expecting the Mercedes to do extremely well this week. But overall, I think Ferrari might have a shot. But the thing is, look, qualifying comes, right? And you feel like this. Oh, somebody's challenging for the fastest lap. Somebody's challenging. Yeah, but you got to remember, it's on soft tires, brand new, 1 lap pace on low fuel. Race trim, there is nobody, no car, no driver right now that can hold a candle to Verstappen. There is something to be said. When the race is literally over, corner 1, lap number 1, okay? Lights out. You think that something's going to happen? No. As soon as Verstappen gets past corner 1 in the lead, he has a second lead by the end of that lap, at least. Out of DRS range, out of threat range. His teammates usually behind him, so he has that safe space. And bye-bye, he's gone. Hopefully this week is different. Do I expect it to be? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. I expect the same level of dominance that we've seen for the last 6 races, except Carlos Sainz. Shout out him. But everybody else, I mean, please don't take him out because we love racing, but like, can you get close to him? Can we consistently try to pass him? Or is it literally like every single interview that for a second place finisher, it's literally been, we didn't have anything for Max today. It was a nice result. uh, second place is the best we could do. So we're happy about that result. That is demoralizing, bro. As a fan, as a driver of the sport, I'm sure that it's just demoralizing to just say, yeah, second is what it was in the cards today. We were battling with Ferrari and McLaren. Let's say it's McLaren and Lando Norris. It's like, yeah, we were battling with Ferrari. Knew that we can get ahead. Through pit stops. Really happy for the second place or third place. Really happy to be on the podium, bro. You don't even have you don't have drivers excited for getting a podium. Why? Because a win is not attainable. So that's out of their minds. Depression has already set in. I think the worst thing, the most disrespectful thing that Verstappen does is that he doesn't act like Formula One is the pinnacle of racing. Doesn't act that every win in Formula One is incredible, something that goes down in the history books, even if you only win one Grand Prix in your career. He wins Grand Prix and like, yeah, guys, thank you. Car was great today. Yeah, good job. Yeah, I feel cars felt really good today. And, I thought that I was losing the tires, but, I fought through it. And, car was really good today. Thank you. Like, bro, not even excitement, like nothing. Like, you saw when Carlos Sainz won, this man was elated. Even when Lewis has won more than 100 Grand Prix, and every single time he is extremely happy to win. So, that's just my personal gripe with Verstappen. Into the NBA playoffs. We have series that have ended. That's for teams who have lost. We have series that are tied. 2-2. We have series that are 3-2. We also have series that are 3-1 and are about to end very swiftly tonight. Let's start off with Boston and the Celtics. Game 4 happened. And Derek White, they're number 5, man. Okay, because it goes Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, then Derek White. As scores go. 38 step back threes. Threes in transition. Layups. Unconscious. From the word go. Unconscious. It was annoying to watch, especially in Miami. And we couldn't hit the side of a barn. We suck when it comes to shooting. We are horrible. And we fall in a hole against Boston. I'm talking about first 3 minutes in a hole. Already 10-2, 12-2, 12-5. Like already the separation is happening. It's tough. It's going to end tonight, unfortunately. If we go into this game 3 that I'm talking about, we go look at the stats. Sorry about that. Just slipped. You go look at the stats for that game. Jason Tatum wasn't Jason Tatum. I mean, but who's Jason Tatum in the playoffs? We still haven't seen him. I'm still looking for him. 102-88, easy win. I'm talking about cruising from the word go, wire to wire. Tatum gave you 20, 5 for 14, 2 of 6, 11 rebounds. That's not Tatum. Porzingis gave you 7, got hurt, his calf strain, not playing. Is that going to be a difference? We shall see. Drew Holiday gave you 11, 4 for 10. What are we doing? Derek White takes 26 shots and makes 15 of them, plus 8 of 15 from 3 for 38, 4, and 3. And Jaylen Brown, that's in 41 minutes. Jason Tatum played 37. Holiday played 38. And then Jaylen Brown gives you 17 on 7 of 18, 1 for 3 from 3 in 39 minutes. Then you only get 7 from Horford, 2 from Luke Cornett, and that is it. It was the Derek White show. Nothing else. For us, watch this. Jovic, 16 minutes, 1 for 4, 3 points. Caleb Martin, 37 minutes, 6 for 14, 4 of 8 from 3, 18 points. I need more. Bam Adebayo, 11 of 22, 1 for 3 from 3, 17 rebounds, 25 points, and 5 assists. I like that, but I need more. Rebounds are good, 17, but points, I need more. Tyler Hero, 44 minutes. Bam played 42. Tyler Hero, 44. 8 of 17, 2 of 6, 19 points. What are we doing? Why are you only taking 17 shots, Tyler? This is how you're leaving us thinking. There is no Jimmy. There's no Terry. That is 45 points off the board. Potentially. You know, if Jimmy scores 25 to 30 and you have Terry in the 20s, 45, 50 points. You and Bam have to find out a way to make that up. Bam did his job, 22 shots. You went for 17. You were 5 to 7 shots short. You need to shoot 20 to 25 shots a game. No less. If you don't, we're not going to have enough points. Because unfortunately, nobody in our team could actually score like that. So we're unfortunately cooked in that aspect. Okay? Then we have the famous Jaques Jr., 22 points, 4 of 10, 9 points. Can't do that. Now he's hurt. I wonder what it is, though, because I didn't see it. He was ruled out. Hip flexor strain. I was going to see us get gentlemen swept on the bench. And K-Love, who I imagine will start today, 0 points. Duncan Robinson, 0 points. Haywood Highsmith, 3 points. Patty Mills, 9 points. Darnell Wright or Dwight Wright, DeLon Wright. Man. DeLon Wright, 2 points. 88 points at home. We're 0-6 at home in our last 6 playoff home games. Boy, we're going to get cooked tonight. Cooked by the fire. Cool. All right, next. OKC sweeps the Pelicans. All right, listen. It wasn't even all that. J-Dub dropped 22. SGA dropped 22. It wasn't even all that. No Zion means no real superstar on the floor. Ingram is a star. CJ is a star. But there's no feeling of danger with either of those two. With Zion, you get some feeling of danger, you know? But you don't get no feeling. Sorry about the birds. I know you can hear them. There's no feeling of danger. Now, OKC goes against Dallas or the Clippers, and that's knotted up at 2-2. We'll talk about that. But this team is so well constructed, top to bottom, even the bench. Anybody can pass, anybody can shoot, anybody can dribble. You have basketball players 1 through 9 in the rotation, and that's what they're using, 1 through 9, 1 through, I think, the last game I could tell you exactly how many he used. Shout out to Coach Dagnall. He won Coach of the Year, well-deserved, number 1 seed, youngest team in the NBA. I mean, what else can you say? So 97-89, it was a little bit closer throughout the game. Chet gave you 14, 5 for 12, 1 for 7 from 3. Not characteristic of him. 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Williams, 9 of 17, 2 of 6 from 3, 24 points. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Shea, 8 of 21, not his usual 50% or higher field goal percentage self. 1 for 4 from 3, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 24 points. Josh Giddey, 14 points, 5 of 10, 4 of 6 from 3. Lou Dort, 4 of 7, 2 of 5 from 3, 11 points and 8 rebounds. Jalen Williams, the one from Arkansas, 3 points. Isaiah Joe, 2 points. Aaron Wiggins, 5 points. But everybody played. Cason Wallace played 14 minutes. Aaron Wiggins played 16. Isaiah Joe 14. Arkansas Williams played 11. So their rotation is 9. 1 through 9, they can pass, dribble, shoot. Some shoot better than others. Some dribble more than others. Some pass more than others. But they all do them. And that's why they're so well balanced, even though they're young. Very tough out. For the Pelicans, just wait for Zion next year. Wait for Darth Vader Zion, because that's on the type of timing he's going to come. I think Zion next year will be an MVP candidate. I think Zion next year, along with Ja, are just it's going to be him, Ja, and Ant for the excitement of the NBA. Like when you want to want to watch excitement, when you want to watch like jaw-dropping, spectacular, electrifying, stunts in the air and just plays, you're going to go Zion, Ja, Ant. Who's playing, when they're playing, I'm watching. That's what it's going to be next year, I think, for the Pelicans. And then we'll see how it is if he's healthy in the playoffs, because he was dropping 40 on the Lakers and about to win that playing game. And then they would have been, it would have been against the Nuggets with Zion. They had length too, but nevertheless, shout out to the Thunder on the sweep. The Lakers. You thought you were going to get away? You really thought? We won game 4. We have a shot. No. Okay. I told you that the Denver Nuggets were going to come a little bit more serious at home. Right? And what happened in game 4? You guys got stupid hot. Stupid. Like, stupid. Stupid hot. You got stupid hot. Guess what happened this game? Murray hits another game winner. So that's 2 in a series. To send LeBron home with 1.3 seconds left on the clock. And the LA had no timeouts because they silenced the call. They won the challenge, but they have to use the timeout, their last timeout, to use the challenge. So you don't get the timeout back when you when you only have one timeout left, because you need the timeout to use the challenge. So you don't get your timeout back after your second successful challenge. So let's go through this, right? So the Lakers get another lead. Another one. Lead at halftime. Again. Okay? They lead at halftime again. They led they led by 3 points at halftime. And one might think that, like, is he 4.2 left? It was 53, Denver 50, Lakers 53 at half. Denver goes on its usual third quarter run, but with like 3 minutes in the third quarter. With like 3 minutes. The game was close. It was never a 10-point lead. But the Lakers had the lead for most of the game. And then down the stretch, it was bucket, but bucket, bucket, but bucket, bucket, but bucket. But at the end of the day, more times than not, the Jokic Murray pick and roll 2-man game will prevail. I told you. For 13 games now, you have not been able to stop one simple play. Now, it's not simple. I'm not saying it's simple. But it's a play. It's a pick and roll. The thing is that the two guys doing it, one is one of the best passers ever and has a court mapping skill of LeBron and Luka. And the other guy is one of the biggest shot makers in recent memory in the NBA. Okay? And Jamal scored the last 5 minutes of the game, same thing that he did in game 2. And what was nice about this is like it was back and forth, but this one you felt a little bit more calm, like Denver had it under control. And when you look at the box score, you see Davis gives you 17. Ran out of gas. The gas tank was empty. So much so that Mr. Glass showed up again. My shoulder. Bro, this is game 5 of the playoffs, round 1. You get bumped in the shoulder and you hang that thing like a chicken wing the rest of the game. Now, he came back. He rebounded like 5 rebounds but he couldn't use his shoulder. So, I'm not going to blame him too much, but 17, bro. But 17 or 15, but 17, bro. Damn. Ruri. 15, 6 for 15, 2 of 5 from 3. Good showing, 34 minutes. LeBron, 44 minutes, 11 of 21 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists. That's what you expect from Bron. Closeout game, he always shows up. D'Angelo Russell, 6 for 15. 39 minutes. But here's the kicker. 2 of 10 from 3. 2 of 10? 20%? D'Lo, you suck, son. You afraid of that. You afraid of that spotlight, son. Okay? What happened? You came from Duke, bro. Wearing the number 1. What happened? You used to be an you were an all-star at the Nets. 26 a game. What happened? 2 of 10 in a closeout game? You don't want the smoke. You did not want the smoke. 14 points. Austin Reeves, 36 minutes. 6 of 11. 1 for 4 from 3. 19 points. Pretty good. Pretty good. So, besides Anthony Davis, you get what you want from Hachimura, what you want from LeBron, not what you want from D'Lo. You want like 10 more points from D'Lo. And kind of what you want from Reeves. And then the bench. Taurean Prince, 4 points. 0 of 3, 0 of 5 from the field. All free throws. 19 minutes. Jackson Hayes, 1 point. Spencer Dinwiddie, 14 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 6 points. That's it. Gabe Vincent went 0 for 2, 0 points. If you look at Denver, Aaron Gordon gave you 29 in this series. Nope, we're going to give you 7 and 13. 46 minutes. Michael Porter Jr., the guy that I said was the X factor coming into these playoffs because he's been playing better. He's been playing more like a co-star instead of just the third wheel. You feel me? He's headlining a little bit more with his performances this series. 26 points, 5 of 7 from 3, 8 of 12 from the field, 46 minutes. Nikola Jokic, 41 minutes, 12 of 21, 5 of 10 from 1 of 5 from 3, 25 points, 20 rebounds, 9 assists, Almost had another 25-20-10 game. What? This man is superhuman and he looks like a top of Lord. That's crazy. It's crazy how this man's dominating you and he's literally like, I'm going to win this championship and then go train my horses in Serbia. But it's like, nah, I'm not even staying in America. I'm going back to Serbia, to my farm, after cooking y'all. Man, this guy's just herding you guys around. It's like your shepherd. And then Murray finally woke up. I told you what happened. It had to happen. Murray was going to woke up. He averaged 30 and 10 against this team last year in the Western Conference Finals on 50% shooting and over 40% from three. Well, he went 41 minutes, 13 of 28, 5 of 10 from three, and 32 points with 7 assists and 3 rebounds. That's what we expect from Jamal. Already building a Hall of Fame resume just on his playoff shit. Don't matter if he's an All-Star. Don't matter if he's All-NBA. You know, he misses games and everything. But in the playoffs, this man is one of the biggest shot makers and takers that the league has ever seen in the postseason. Calm, cool, collected. The blue arrow just goes forward. And, man, the shot that he hit over Austin Reeves. So he hits AD going to his right, fading back, like leaning. Nah, Austin Reeves, he hits him with the, goes up at 10 feet, rises up, kind of floating, like he goes for like, it looks like he's going for a floater, but it's a shot. Fading left, turning his shoulder, shoots, wet. 1.3 seconds left. They inbounds the ball. Taurean Prince misses a half-court shot. Series over. Gentlemen sweep. Thank you for playing. What this means for the Lakers, I'll tell you after we get through this bench. So Caldwell Pope gives him 5 points, but he twisted his ankle. He came back. He's fine. He went 2 of 10 from the field, though. 1 of 6 from 3. Not good, but I think he'll have better days. Peyton Watson dropped 3 points. Reggie Jackson dropped 8 and 2 big ones at the end. And Colin Brown dropped 2. But the Lakers are gone. And now marks the first time since 2005 or 2006 that LeBron, Curry, or Durant are in the playoffs after the first round. And this fully cements, entrenches, and roots down that era has passed. Anytime we talk about that era, the Curry era, the LeBron era, the Durant era, that is past tense. That is the era that has bygone. It has gone past us. It is a long ago. And I believe it ended right here in 2024 playoffs. The era that has begun, the era that we're thriving in right now, is the Jokic, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, SGA, Luka, Embiid, Giannis, Jokic era. Who will define this era? Well, Jokic is defining it right now. He's a defending champion. And he's going for a second one. What will define this era? MVPs and championships. Moments. Anthony Edwards getting 40 to knock out KD. In Phoenix. Going for 31 in the second half. Moments. Jokic going back to back. Moments. Luka dropping 40. 45 triple doubles in the Western Conference Finals, in the semifinals. Moments. Whoever wins the championships will be remembered the most. But I believe the era will be defined by those players. And Wemby. But Wemby, I believe, if we look at Wemby's career, and I want to talk about this because before we move on, I'm noticing that the superstars in the NBA are getting a little bit more arrogant about when they want the crown. It's not like it used to be where they waited their turn, 22, 23, 24, you're learning, taking your lumps in the postseason, you know. And at 26, 27, that's when you really get your chips in. You know, look at Jordan, you look at Curry. The one exception is 23 years old, which was a year 3 Dwayne Wade. But there was circumstances around that, and he also put one of the best finals performances of all time. But overall, it's always been past 25. That's why Jason Tatum still has the rope on him. That's why they're like, oh, give him time. He's still not there. Nah, it's this year. It's this year. Because this year, you're not facing none of the bygone era in the finals. You are facing, the last time you went to the finals, you faced one of the bygone, you faced Curry. Okay, Curry's era. This finals will start defining this new era. Okay, this finals. If Jokic wins, then it just expands his dominance over the era. That's two titles back to back. First time, that would be first time since 17-18. If Ant wins, it starts cementing his era. Then you'll start seeing him win MVPs in the next few years, maybe win another chip, and really his cachet start growing. If SGA wins a chip, he's 25. If Luka wins a chip, he's 25. So the oldest dude right now is Jokic and Giannis. Giannis is hurt. Jokic is the one that's carrying the flag for the 27, 28-year-olds. Because Ant's 22. SGA's 25. Luka's 25. Jason Tatum, 26. Just turned 26. So it's his he should be in the peak of his prime and ready to win. With a team that's ready to win. But this is the difference. While Boston beats up on lowly teams in the East and boost up their wins and their stats, the West is a gauntlet from game 1 to game 82. And that builds playoff calluses and character. We're not getting rattled. If we're down 10, we can get back. What happened with Boston? Any type of little bitty, itty bitty adversity, nothing. Fold like a laundry chair. You feel me? Like a lawn chair. Shout out Big Perk. Fold. This hand's too big. I bet too much. Fold. That's why they're going to lose against Denver or Minnesota in the finals. Because Jason Tatum doesn't have the aura, the cachet, just the overall presence of an Anthony Edwards. Plus, when you look at the basketball side, they can match up so good against that team. They match up so good against Denver. I think they're the ones that match up the best against both of those teams, whether it's size, length. I think Ant kind of counts as two superstars, but you still have Cat, who can cancel out Porzingis. You have Jaden McDaniels is going to shut down Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. Just shut him. Just shut down. Put the baby to sleep. He's the best perimeter defender in the NBA. So that's my take on it. For the Lakers, man, they're going to go after Trae Young, but I think Trae Young really wants to go play with Wemby. I don't see why he would not try to go play with Wemby. I think that would be the best move for him. Become that Tony Parker figure, win some chips maybe, and then, add to his kind of mediocre legacy at this point. He's not the next Steph Curry. That's for sure. Shooting 38% from 3. Nah, buddy. Nah, because the GOAT shot 42% for his career. So no, I'm sorry. Shooting 33% for a season? Nah. Lowest we shot was 39. And that was a chip year. Huh. We shot low, but we got that chip, though. That was 2022 when he shot 38% from three. But yeah, like, I think they're going to go after Trae Young. Another game winner by Jamal Murray. That's incredible, bro. Absolutely. That's just ice in the veins, like true ice in the veins. And it's funny, it was against D'Lo, against the Lakers, where the ice in the veins thing was created by D'Lo. Okay. Yesterday, we had some interesting developments. The Knicks, with 28.6 seconds left, me and my dad were watching the game. As soon as Miles McBride hit the two from the free throw line, me and my dad were like, all right, this shit's over. Dad went to go to sleep. I went to my room, and I turned on YouTube TV. When I turned on YouTube TV, I thought it was 96. I was like, whoa, what happened here? How do you let a 6-point lead with less than 30 seconds left get evaporated by one dude? And how undisciplined do you have to be to foul this man at the 3-point line when he's heaving? Why, Mitchell Robinson? You know that he's going to look for the contact. That's what he needs. This man hits a Tracy McGrady ass step 3, getting hit, makes the 3, 4-point play, makes the free throw. Knicks go down, and instead of Jalen Brunson just waiting to get fouled, he passes it to Josh Hart, 78% free throw shooter, goes to the line, misses the first one badly, short, like front rim, embarrassing. Makes the second one, up 3. And Maxey inbounds the ball, catches a screen by Embiid at 35 feet, and pulls up from the logo to tie the game and send it to OT. Then in OT, so you already blew that, right? Then in OT, you have a 5-point lead with 2 minutes left. And Tyrese Maxey walks you down. Threes, layups, fouls. And we're at 3-2 going back to Philly. And how I feel about this is not good, because all the momentum was with the Knicks. All the momentum. By the way, in that, Jalen Brunson dropped 40. 40. I think it was 40. If not, it was 45. Like, it was. So let's get to the box scores. Tobias Harris gave you 19. Very nice. 7 of 11, 3 of 6. Efficient. 49 minutes. Joel Embiid gave you 19 and 16 and 10. Triple-double. 7 of 19, 1 of 4. Wasn't feeling his best way. He was limping. He was lumbering out there. Kyle Lowry went 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from 3, 26 minutes. Didn't do nothing. Tyrese Maxey. This is what I want from you, Tyler Hero. This type of energy. This. Okay? 7 of 30. 30 shots. 30. That's that type of energy. Okay? 7 of 30. 17 of 30. 7 of 12 from 3. 46 points. 5 rebounds and 9 assists. 52 minutes. Damn near the whole game. Kelly Oubre gave you 14, 6 of 13. Nick Batum gave you 8. And Cameron Payne, the Mosquito, gave you 6. For the Knicks, OG gives them 17 and 6, 7 of 12, 2 of 5 from 3. Hardenstein gives them 6 and 7. That's the bad one right there. Needed to get more rebounds. Jalen Brunson goes 15 for 32. 4 of 11 from 3. Missed a giant one. 2 giant ones in overtime that he shouldn't have taken. He should have gone to the hole. He scored. He got 40. But it wasn't enough. Because Josh Hart got 18, 7 of 17, 1 of 6 from 3 with 9 rebounds. So he didn't get to 10 rebound threshold. And Dante DiVincenzo went 3 for 7, 1 for 7 from 3, 9 points. That was the kicker right there. Mitchell Robinson went 2 points, 7 rebounds. Was hurt a little bit, but he kept playing. And then Miles McBride showed up, 14 points, 6 of 11, 2 of 7 from 3. 112 to 106 in overtime. You go back to Philly, and you have to be on demon time. You have to be on this. You have to be like, we're killing these guys. We are not letting these guys off the mat. This is not going to 7. That's the type of energy New York has to be on. The New York, I bet that arena will be all Sixers tomorrow. All Sixers. No New York people in there. Why? Because now it's their momentum. It's at their house. Maxi's hot. Embiid could be hot. Kelly Oubre. So I'm talking to Jalen Brunson here. You drop 47 in that building. You need to go get 50. Josh Hart, you need 20 rebounds. DiVincenzo, you need 6 threes plus. Mitchell Robinson, you need 5 to 10 offensive rebounds. You need to dominate this game like you've dominated 1, 2, 4, games 1, 2, and 4. You can't, you need to bully ball these guys into submission. They're not going to just bow out. They think that they can win the chip. They still have that aspiration. So you have to knock that out and shut it out. Shut out the lights. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a very tough game. The Magic fold by 1 against the Cavaliers. And the Magic could have won this game in Cleveland. But the Magic made some big mistakes coming down the stretch. Bad turnovers, bad shot selection. Speaking of bad turnovers, I mean, Jalen Brunson, the turnover to Isaiah Hartenstein in overtime, going up for a shot, knowing that it's going to get blocked, and then he tries to pass it. No jump passes. Learn from Charles Barkley. Shout out Chuck. There's no such thing as a junk pass. It doesn't exist. Anyway, that's one of the plays that cost him the game, but I think the 2 threes that he took prior, he should have taken to the hole and try to get fouled. That's what really cost him the game. But for the Magic, so the Cleveland Cavaliers had like a 10-point lead, 12-point lead, but the Magic walked them down because the defense walked them down. The Magic defenses can get on a roll where you're not getting no chances. You're getting stolen. You're not getting no rebounds. You're getting contested every play. Everybody, there's hands on you. No Diddy. But the mistakes of being a young team in the playoffs, going against a team that is already experienced loss and what it is in their home court, you cannot just allow that to creep into your head. Those mistakes, the same things you did in games 1 and 2, where we thought this was going to be a sweep. You learned how to play playoff basketball. Now you need to execute down the stretch. That's what, if you want to take the next step, and you guys are still young, you kind of arrived a little bit early, kind of like the Oklahoma City Thunder. But in order to get to your fullest potential, you have to learn how to execute in late game situations with a lead, because that's what you had. And it just shows that they're a young team. And if we go through the box score, I mean, they played pretty well overall speaking, defensively and offensively. Paolo dropped 39, another playoff career high, 8 and 4, 4 of 7 from 3, 14 of 24. Franz dropped 3 of 11, 1 for 6, 14 points. He was at the line mostly. He has to get this summer, he has to get efficient with his shot. Then he'll bump up to 2025. Wendell Carter Jr. went 3 of 6, 0 of 2 from 3, 7 points. That hurt him. Gary Harris, 0 points. That hurt him. Jalen Suggs went 13 points, 5 of 4, 0 of 5 from 3. That hurt him. And then Jonathan Isaac gave him 7 points. Mo Wagner gave you 8 points. Michael Fultz gave you 7 and kept you in very close in the game. Cole Anthony gave you 2. Bad. That's your leading bench scorer. And Joel Ingles gave you 6. And then if you go to Cleveland, you kind of understand why they kind of pulled out the win. Evan Mobley got the game-sealing block against Franz Wagner. He should have gone to the other hand. He went 7 of 11 and 14 and 13. He went 14 points, 13 rebounds. So that's a good outing. Isaac Okoro dropped 8. Darius Garland dropped 23, which is what you want from him. 9 of 16, 3 of 5 from 3, efficient, 5 and 5. Donovan Mitchell went 9 for 23, so a bad shooting night, but he scored 28, 1 of 7 from 3, but he was at the line. And then Max Strus gave you 16 with four threes out of 10, so 40% from 3. 6 of 13 from the floor. Marcus Morris Sr. gave you 12, big off the bench, 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. And then Karis LeVert gave you 3, which I thought you were expecting a lot more. Sam Merrill gave you nothing in 6 minutes. So you shot 35% from 3, while the Magic shot 29% from 3. And 1 point was the difference. Now, this is going back to Orlando 3-2. I still think that Orlando can force a Game 7, and I still think that Orlando might win that Game 7. And if that happens, Donovan Mitchell is not just out of Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell's about to be questioned a lot, because you cannot, first of all, you can't lose a 2-0 lead to a first-time team in the playoffs, basically a rookie head coach in the playoffs, and a rookie superstar in his second year at 20 years old. That just speaks more about Paolo and Franz at 23 than Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Jared Allen didn't play this game, so you definitely saw that. But Cleveland hasn't been able to win in Orlando, so why should I think that they might? They're not. I don't think so. I think this is going 7. And it's surprising because this is one of the series that at the beginning I thought maybe be a sweep, because of the experience difference and the size, and the Magic can't really shoot that well. No, Paolo has showed it ain't sweet out here. We back at it. Shout out Gunna. You feel me? So, Cleveland had to do. They defended home court, almost didn't. Nevertheless, they did. 104-103. Now it's 3-2, going back to Orlando, and I think Orlando is just going to protect home court, and we're going to Game 7 in Cleveland. Next, let me repeat, we thought Milwaukee was going to get gentlemen swept. No Dame, no Giannis. Man, if you tell me no Dame, no Giannis, but you're at home, you just came off a heartbreaker without Bobby Portis because he got ejected in the first 5 minutes. You could have won that game, but you didn't because he wasn't on the floor to give you the 15 to 20 that he could have gave you. And you've come under a three-pointing onslaught. So what happens? Well, you get a guy like Middleton, Beverly, Portis, Lopez, guys that have been there before, have won. Not necessarily Beverly, but definitely Lopez, Middleton, and Portis. And undermanned, You defend home court valiantly. You know, I mean, no Giannis, no Dame. You're talking about over 60 points off the board. Easy. Could be 70 off the board. Not to mention the assists, not to mention the rebounds. And this just shows that a closeout game on the road is the hardest game to win. And we're going to see this late as the playoffs go, but the deeper in the playoffs those games are, the harder they are to close out. One, because of the environment. You're in a hostile environment. Nobody wants you to win. So you and your team have to do it with togetherness and connectivity. And two, it's just the desperation from the other team. You can tell. You know that they're going after it, that they need it. You know, you can tell. You can feel it on the court. And you have to match that energy with energy like, nah, you going home. Like, I'm sending you home. I'm ending your season. I'm cutting off your life support. Which once you're 3-1, 3-2, I mean, you're on life support. Every game is a must win. Because you're on the verge of elimination. 3-0, you're already dead. So Milwaukee underman, no Dame, no Giannis. They beat the Pacers, go back 3-2 to Indiana. And just shows that a road closeout game is the hardest game to win. But if we look at this box score, the defense really did something. So Siakam gave you 12, 5 of 12, 1 of 4, so not his expected self. So that's one out of the way. Naismith went 3 for 9. He gave you 7 points. So he's out of the way. He didn't give you like 10 or 15. Turner had dropped 29 back-to-back. He gave you 13 with 5 rebounds, 6 of 9, 1 of 4 from 3. Andrew Nembhard went 6 of 12, 0 for 2 from 3, 12 points. And Halliburton went 16 with 6 assists, 6 of 14, 4 of 10. Nobody shot well. I mean, Obi Toppin gave you 12, 3 of 7, 2 of 5 from 3. McDermott gave you 3. Isaiah Jackson gave you 4. TJ gave you 6. And Ben Shepherd gave you 7. You shot 31% from 3, so it was bad. 44% from for the field. And you got out-rebounded by 8. Milwaukee, Portis, good bounce-back game. 29, 14 of 24, 1 of 3 from 3. If you had it with 10 rebounds. If you had that in game 4, you would have won that game. Then this would have been 3-2 going back to Indiana. You trying to close it out with no Dame or no Giannis. With possibility of one of them getting back. You get 29 from Middleton, 9 of 20 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3 with 12 rebounds. Then you get 12 from Lopez, 5 of 10 from the field. Then you get 13 from Patrick Beverley, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 7 from the field with 12 assists, playing the point guard role. And Malik Beasley drops 18 with 7 of 11 and 4 of 6 from 3. Danilo Gallinari drops 4. Marshawn Beauchamp drops 1 in 1 minute. Pat Connaughton drops 3, 1 of 3 from 3. And that's it. And you shot 37.9% from 3, but you topped 52.4% from the field, while they shot 44% from the field. And you out-rebounded them. Now, news front on the Bucks. News front. This is what it says. Okay, this is what it says. It says the Bucks won on Tuesday night with both of their top 2 scorers, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, out of the lineup, making them the first team in NBA history to win a playoff game while missing their top 2 scorers from the regular season. Indiana, where you at with that defense? We said it all year, boy. You can't stop a fly. You can't stop. No Dame, no Giannis. Can't close it out? Man. So they said we have to find a way to win, whatever it takes, typical coach speak by Middleton. And then we get to the part where Sunday, this past Sunday, Adetokounmpo ran on the court for the first time since he strained his left calf 3 weeks ago. He hasn't played since April 9th. Okay? Rivers' message to the team was focus on winning one home game, Game 5, and get back the series to Indiana. Okay? So, what I'm looking for, Portis apologized too. But what I'm looking for is where is the health update? I want to know the health update. Where is the health update? Supposedly they're very close to coming back. Dame probably more than Giannis. But even with Dame, they've lost. But I think Dame would be a great boost to what they just saw. I think Dame might come back. So by extending the series, the Bucks have given Adetokounmpo and Lillard the chance to play in the next game. Milwaukee, Doc Rivers said both players are scheduled to work out on the court during their off day on Wednesday. And he said, I think they're very, very, very close. Okay, guys. Plain and simple. This is how this can turn all the way upside down. If Giannis and Dame are showing up to Game 6 to play, the Bucks are winning the series. Ain't no way Indiana's gonna get accustomed to Giannis in Game 6 when they have the whole offense padded down and everything. They haven't faced that monster with Brook Lopez on the floor and Middleton. You know, they haven't faced that type of length yet. So I think that would be a disadvantage for Indiana, even though that at home they're very, very good. Okay? However, Indiana, all they need is get one of two. Now, going back to Milwaukee is a hard proposition to say. Going back to Milwaukee with Game 7, if Dame and Giannis, that house is going to be rocking, and it's going to be tough to win there for a young team. But if you win in that Indiana, you don't got to worry about that. You move to the next round. So we'll see what happens with Giannis and Dame. So that's basketball as it has happened. Today, we have, shout out to the Panthers on sweeping the Lightning. Moving on to the second round, baby. I hope probably against the Bruins. So today we have the Heat. They're going to get, it's over, 7:30 TNT. That's going to be over. Mavericks Clippers in LA. I believe that the Mavs will win this game. Velez, how? They're in LA, Velez. What about Harden? What about PG? Guys, these people shot. I mean, it was disgusting. These people shot on Sunday. They shot 62% from 3, bro. Get out of here. That ain't happening again. 53% from the field. 62% from 3 on 29 threes. That ain't happening again. You know what can happen again? You get 29 from Doncic, but he's probably going to score more because he said I have to help him more. And he always gives the Clippers the business in LA. And you can get 40 from Kyrie. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly normal. You could do that. That is repeatable. I think Gafford will play better. I think PJ Washington will play better. You know, if you get those 14 from Derek Jones, you're golden. You get maybe some threes from Maxi Kleber. Maybe Josh Green hits some shots. Derek Lively catches some more lobs. I think Dallas has everything in their power, in the arsenal, to be able to send this back to Dallas. 3-2 at their home court to close it out. No Kawhi. It's going to be a more spread offense. It's going to be Harden and PG with Zubac. That's going to be the offense. Powell's going to get his shots up from the outside. You have to close out on the three-point line. You cannot let these guys catch a rhythm again. They hit you for 62. I don't think PG has another 30 bomb in him. Not right now. I don't think PG has another, 38 bomb? 33. Okay, so he might have another 33 bomb, but I don't think him and Harden have one in him. One of them's going to be off. Harden's usually the playoff choker. Usually at home. Remember Game 6 last year with Philadelphia. So if I'm betting for a guy not to be hot and be missing, it's going to be James Harden. I think Luka goes nuts. I think Luka takes it personal that he wants to help Kyrie more, that he has to help Kyrie more. I think Luka goes 35 plus. Triple-double, annihilate, efficient. I think he's Luka this game. He shows himself as an MVP. But you got to stop Zubac. You got to stop Powell. You got to contain Russell Westbrook. And I mean contain his energy. Don't let his energy spread throughout the game and affect everybody else. You got to contain Terrence Mann to a little bit, close out on him, go up at the rim strong. Don't let him get a rhythm and confidence. Amir Coffey, don't let him shoot threes. And just put a hand up. Need to make Paul George and James Harden uncomfortable from the jump. Need to. Okay? Need to. If not, they're going to get in their bag and they're going to cook. But I think Dallas going to cook too. So that's what we got today. Okay? That's what we got today. What we also had today was the Champions League. Semifinal. Dortmund beat PSG 1-0. Very surprising. And man, PSG had their chances. Mbappe missed one, hit the post. Then Hakimi missed one, hit the post. This was in the second half, because in the first half they didn't have much chances. Dortmund didn't allow them to. Dortmund scored a beautiful goal. Beautiful passing. And, Fulkrug, I believe that's his name. Let me get his name true for you guys, so we're not messing up names here. Nicolas Fulkrug with the goal. And that's it. 36th minute. That was it. Beautiful goal. Set up. Wonderful. I didn't know Marco Reus was coming off the bench. I didn't know he was a substitute, but he was. Sancho played great. So did Adeyemi. And defense was very good by Hummels and Ryerson, Sabitzer, Matson. PSG had a load. I mean, you know what PSG is, bro. Loaded. Mbappe, Dembele, Barcola. That was after the sub. But I mean, Emery, Vitinha, Ruiz, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Hernandez, Mendes, you got to understand, how can PSG not win this game? I mean, I get they were at Dortmund. But you have such a much stacked team. You could have scored many goals in this game. And now you're going back to, you're going to PSG with a win and a lead on aggregate, a 1-goal lead on aggregate. So they have to score 2 on you, I believe, to win. If it's a tie, I think you win because you won a game. It didn't tie. You won. So, shout out to Dortmund. Very exciting match. A lot of action. Free flowing. I liked it. But let's talk about yesterday. Bayern Munich versus Ala Madrid, Los Blancos. An absolutely wonderful match. 2-2. Vinicius Jr. with a wonderful goal from the pass of Toni Kroos. They had Vinny in a box. Vinny's main defender looked at Kroos for like a second, and Kroos just looked at Vinny, and Vinny took off. And the pass was exquisite. An exquisite pass. Absolutely a luxurious pass put out on a velvet rope for Vinny. And Vinny gets it, one touch, looks at the keeper, just taps it with his right foot, goes right into the net, 1-0, and we going nuts at the 24th minute. Then we get to halftime. And then right after halftime, 53rd minute, here comes Sane on a disgusting move. Inside out. Lunin thought that he was Lunin thought that he was coming far post, like, so he had a lot of space in the far side. Nah. Sane literally hit him with a 1-2 to shake his defender and then just flicked it with his right foot to the near post right under Lunin's arm, outstretched arm. It was a beautiful goal, 1-1. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm not super panicking, but I'm like, damn. We had him. So what happens next? Unfortunately, they get a penalty. Harry Kane. It was a ticky-tacky one, but I'm not going to say nothing. They gave him a penalty. And Harry Kane did a very veteran move. He stuttered, waited for Lunin's weight to shift. So Lunin was straight up. So as soon as Kane just went to the ball and just stuttered a little bit, but looked like he was going to hit it, Lunin leaned a little bit to his right, to his left, and he was fully committed at that point. Harry Kane said, nah, you're not moving to the other side. Bam. Shot it to the right. Shot it to the left because Lunin was moving to his left. So he was really moving to Harry Kane's right. So Harry Kane shot it to his left, wide open, 2-1. Now I'm really panicking. Now I'm just like, oh my God, where are we going to get it? We're not panicking, but we're like, we can get it. But like, it's 53rd, okay, 57th minute. Okay, we got a lot of time. Then we got a yellow card on Toni Kroos. And we got another yellow card on Kim Min-jae for Bayern. And then comes the 83rd minute. Rodrigo, I believe, was the one that because he got changed out. Let's see. Yeah, it was Rodrigo. Rodrigo was going inside, and he literally got tackled. I mean, the ball was right there. He got tackled, pushed back, boom, penalty. Vinicius Jr. was so confident. So confident. He made him commit first because he shot it basically right down the middle, just a little bit to his right. But Neuer had already committed to shoot to his right side. So as soon as Vinny saw the change of weight, same thing with Harry Kane, except Vinny did it a little bit more like, it was like a pity pat real quick, just to see if Neuer was going to react. And as soon as he reacted, Vinny just shot it basically down the middle, little curve, boom, 2-2. And that's how it ended, 2-2. Lucas Vazquez got a yellow card at the end, 91st minute. But, you know, I think going back to the Bernabeu, to the cathedral, to the place where Real Madrid reigns supreme, I think that Bayern's going to be in the back foot very early because the Bernabeu, the aura of that stadium, the aura of that team coming out in the all whites is just incredible. And I think they're just going to show why they've been champions for so many years. Vinicius Jr. scores in his 8th of 10th Champions League appearance match. Incredible. The kid's been amazing for 3 years. Bellingham, I need to see Bellingham do more. Bellingham for me is this. But I need to see it. I want to see the goal scoring. I want to see the passing. I see it from you, but I need to see it more. I need to see a goal. Vinny's dominating right now. And I love it because we're winning. But I really wish Bellingham was on that type of timing where yeah, I can take over. And I believe that he can, and I believe that he will, but at the same time, Vinny's kind of dominating right now, for real. I got Real Madrid next. And finally, we go to baseball. In the standings, Baltimore got 1 game lead on New York. Boston's still third, 2.5 games back. Toronto is 5.5 games back, and Tampa Bay can't buy a break. They're 6.5 games back, and they're going to keep falling back if they don't get their shit together. Pitching has been very interesting this year. Some of the pitchers that we expected to be good are good, but some are starting slow. And I don't know if that's because it's going to be a slow year for some of those pitchers or they're just starting slow. But it's very weird to see people like Verlander and a guy like Blake Snell and Rodon when he was dominant back with the White Sox. He still hasn't been Rodon yet. Kevin Gausman hasn't been himself yet. So to me, it's just weird to see those guys not be themselves just because we've seen it for so long. But nevertheless, some hitters are not being themselves either. I mean, look at Judge. In the Central, we have the surprising team, Cleveland Guardians. Their pitching is great. Their hitting is not great, but it's consistent. Then you have KC, which I believe has a better overall roster because of Bobby Witt and Cole Reagans. But probably Cleveland just has a little bit more consistency right now. They're 1.5 games back. Detroit's 2 games back. They just need more bats to step up. They need the Spencer Torkelsons. They need to bring up Max Clark. Riley Green's been hitting well. Carpenter's been hitting well, but they need Spencer Torkelson. They need Javi Baez to step up to the plate and hit bombs and tanks. Minnesota's still struggling. Correa's not hitting. Byron Buxton's still finding his rhythm. Royce Lewis ain't playing. I mean, they have a whole slew of stuff going on. And 14 games back, the White Sox are officially dead. We're not talking about the White Sox no more unless there's a trade for Garrett Crochet or Luis Robert. Everything else there is doo-doo, garbage, bye-bye, no. Okay? Horrible. Okay, Tarek Skubal's pitching really well for the Detroit again. Then we go to the West, probably the closest, I would say. The East is pretty close. We're talking about the American League. Seattle's still number 1, but only a half game above Texas. Seattle's rotation's pitching well over the last few games. George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, Ryan, I believe is his name. There's Logan Gilbert, then there's the other guy. And I don't know. I always forget the. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you the actual rotation because I like this rotation. So I'm just gonna tell you the guy: Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Bryce Miller, Logan Gilbert. Andres Munoz is pitching great. So they're having a good how do I say, good bullpen effectiveness so far. But Julio has to still wake up. Still hasn't been Julio yet. Same thing with Texas. Corey Seager hasn't woken up. Nathan Eovaldi's been pitched great, but they don't have any more of those big guys yet. Still waiting on DeGrom, still waiting on Scherzer. Lost Montgomery to Arizona. But they're playing really well. They're only a half game back. The A's are 2.5 games back, 15 and 17. We got to talk about these A's, man. I love their roster. Like, looking at it now, like, I love Paul Blackburn. Erzeg pitches well. I love Mason Miller. You've heard, guys. J.P. Sears pitches well. Ross Stripling pitches all right. Alex Wood all right. But I love Shea Langoliers. I love Nick Allen. Seth Brown, Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, Asturi Ruiz. I love all those dudes, bro. And if they're not gonna keep their team they're definitely moving to Las Vegas in the next few years. But for them to be not last and not horrible like the White Sox and Marlins, it's really good for them. But the Angels are 6 games back already, unfortunately. And Houston 6 games back still. They could still pick it up, but it's getting late early for those two teams. Houston just don't have no pitching, man. It's just Verlander, Fromber's hurt. You don't know if Christian's going to be in and out. Blanco's playing great. Hunter Brown still needs help. Kyle Tucker hasn't fully woken up yet. Neither has Breggy. Neither has Joey Don. It's kind of just Altuve right now. You're expecting more from Yainer Diaz, expecting more from Jeremy Pena, Dubon. So a little rough stretch right now. Atlanta's 20-9. Philly is half a game back. That's just pitching back. This Max Fried, Chris Sale versus Zach Wheeler, Nola, Suarez. Nick Castellanos has to wake up. JT Realmuto has to wake up. Acuna's bat power has to wake up. He is not slugging right now. He's slugging doubles, but he's not slugging home runs right now. Austin Riley has to get back to hitting home runs. Matt Olson has to pick it up. They're running on Ozzy Albies right now. So, I think the Braves have a lot more in the tank, even though they're first right now. The Mets are 5 games back, so it's kind of clear distinction from 1 and 2 to 2, 3, 4 to 3, 4, 5. Washington is 6 back, so those two can get back in it. Miami's 14 back. We're dead. 7 and 24. We are out of that. Okay, we are going to the number 1 pick in the draft or number 2, depending on what the White Sox do, and hopefully we get something. Milwaukee's still number 1 in the Central. Chicago, Shota Imanaga is doing great. Christopher Morel has to get back to hitting bombs. Belly's playing great, but I need him to play more consistent. I love Nico Horner. They just have to keep being consistent, and I think they can keep up with Milwaukee because Jackson Shurio, JJ's not even playing. Yelich is not even playing right now, and they're doing good just because of Contreras and Adames, Terang. I feel good about the Chicago Cubs, excuse me. Cincinnati, 3 and 5. 3.5 games back. I think they're doing great. They just have to get the pitching right. Hunter Green, Ashcraft, Abbott, Lodolo. They have to be consistent. If they're consistent, they're going to win games. 1 game over 500 right now. Ellie has been playing well, but I think he needs to cut down on the strikeouts still a little bit more. I need Matt McClain to get back. They really need that bat. Fairchild is playing well. India has to play better. Benson has to stop striking out so much. And Encarnacion Strand has to start slugging. But overall, I love their team and I love their future. St. Louis finally passed Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh is officially going back in the shitter, unfortunately, even though they have a good roster. St. Louis is 5.5 games back. Pittsburgh 6 games back. I just don't like St. Louis's roster, to be honest. It's just kind of too old, too for me against everybody else. And then Pittsburgh has a great roster, but they just can't win. They just can't win. They can only win the Mitch Keller starts. Like, and the Jarrett Jones starts. They can't win the Contreras. They can't, they need Paul Skeens in that rotation. And, if they can't get the Bednar, they shit the bed anyway. And then the Dodgers are 19-11. San Diego, so they have the biggest lead of anybody over their second place team. They have 4-game lead on San Diego because the pitching's so good. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitches today, or is pitching right now. You have Bobby Miller, he's hurt, but you still have Glass now. You got Michael Grove. You still need Kershaw to come back, Walker Buehler to come back. So you still have arms to come back that need to come back. And you're, that starting lineup of just Betts, Ohtani, and Freeman just murder people. And then it goes Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, like Kike. It's tough. Paez, Outman. That's tough to go through, 2, 3, 4 times, even as a staff. So San Francisco's 4 back as well. I like what they're Young Hoo Lee and Kyle Harrison, Logan Webb, Blake Snell. I think that they're going to pick up their stride here soon. Arizona's surprising. They're 4.5 games back. They just need to get the pitching back. Gallen has to start pitching again like himself. Kelly, I think, is hurt. Brandon Pfaadt has to get back to that playoff, form, and Ryan Nelson just has to be better. And Carroll has to get back to his Rookie of the Year form, MVP form that he was last year. Ketel Marte's kind of carrying them. And then 10.5 games back, not dead but dead, Colorado. And we've talked about them. So that's the standings for baseball. As of right now, what we got going on, Yankees are 0-0 against the Orioles. Rockies and Marlins are 0-0. Cubs, Mets are 0-0. Giants, Red Sox 0-0. Cardinals lost to the Tigers 4-1. Brewers beat the Rays 7-1. Royals beat the Blue Jays 6-1. Athletics beat the Pirates 4-0. Braves beat the Mariners 5-2. Phillies beat the Angels 2-1. Padres beat the Reds 6-2. Twins beat the White Sox 10-5. And we still have Nationals, Rangers, Guardians, Astros, and Dodgers, Diamondbacks, which is a good game at 9:40. But other than that, that's what we got going on. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on all of my socials. Links are in the description. And with that, God bless. And I leave you all with the outro.
Que todos quieren ser el chamaquito que no puede